So I almost broke my ankle, or something like that. And in this video, I just want to kind of have a little chat about it. In the background, there's going to be some gameplay just from some races I've been doing, some races that didn't really end too well, and I might upload, but I don't know. At the moment, they're just nice background footage for you to have a little look at. But yeah, so this is kind of like a video explaining a mistake I made in sim racing, particularly on iRacing, that I don't want anyone else to make. The mistake was, so I'll explain how it happened. So I've been racing for quite a while. This probably is in like the last month or two this happened. And then only recently I figured out a solution for it and why I should probably be taking it more seriously than I am. I was racing, and during races, I'm an idiot, I should have realised what this was, but I like my brake pedal really, really hard. Don't know why, probably doesn't help, but yeah, by help I mean help speed. That, and I've got new pedals, the VNM pedals. They're really, really cool, but they have a really strong load cell on it, and I've quite a strong leg, especially left leg. You know, with the right foot, the strength doesn't really matter for racing, but for putting a lot of pressure, like, my left leg can do a lot. So I wanted to get very strong pedals. So I thought, since I got the really strong pedals, I might as well see how hard they can really go. So I put them to their maximum setting using the red spring and the red elastomer. Too strong. Okay. I knew that was going to go wrong. I tried it. I drove with it. Within 2 or 3 corners, I knew that, like, if I was going to keep driving, injury was instant. I knew that. So next, I tried the step down, which is the blue spring with the red elastometer. That's probably the strongest anyone's going to use it. I don't see anybody using the red spring for any reason, because even for the load cell it's a bit too much. So I used a blue cell on a maximum preload setting, which means there's about that much play in the brake pedal, which I kind of like that, because when I lift I want all the trail braking to be done at the start of the lift. So I'm into that. So I'm racing with this pedal that's very, very strong, and then so during long races I started to notice this thing. This is getting back to where I'm an idiot. I probably should have noticed something was going wrong. That my ankle, or not so much my ankle, my Achilles heel, I'm just going to say ankle because it's a lot easier to say, but it is my Achilles heel, the tendon behind the foot, that really strong tendon, started getting cold and started feeling wet. I probably actually, when I say it out loud like that, it's probably fucked up, but I should have known that something was up. And I'd push on with it, because what are you going to do when you're 25 minutes into a 30-minute F3 race? You're not going to pull over just because your ankle's gone. You're not going to start right foot braking when you've been left foot braking the whole time. So you kind of push on a little bit. And then the race is over, so there's no cause for concern. Your foot can take a break. And it was obvious the way I was pushing the pedal that in theory, even though my leg's doing a lot of pushing, that tendon was taking a lot of stress one way or another. I don't know the mechanics behind it, but my heel wasn't sitting on the base plate, which, to be honest, when I'm braking, it rarely does. Like, when I brake, my heel is, at best, it's hovering over the base plate. So, like, I did a few more races like this, and it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point where I couldn't wear a shoe, because all the shoes I have are like runners. I'm not going to find a sample, you know what they're like. And the part that, like, kind of grabs the back of your foot, you know, the part that you hold before you pull it up and put it on you, every time that part touched off the back, let me see, can I do a foot? No, I can't really. There we go. Every time that touched off the back of my Achilles tendon, just at the bottom, the pain, the fucking pain I was feeling was terrible. Really, really bad. So I went to the doctor. Naturally, I explained to him what was going on. I don't know why, though. At this time, I wasn't thinking it was the sim racing. I thought it was the shoes, because people were telling me, oh, it could be the shoes. You know, some shoes have these crappy heels. They're Under Armour runners. They're the ones I like to wear. They're very comfortable. They're really cheap, so you can just kind of, you know, once they get a bit old and worn and stuff like that, you can buy another pair really quick. Like, a decent pair of Under Armour runners costs about, I don't know, 70 or 100 euro. Get them every now and again. So obviously I was getting them kind of frequently, and they're pretty stiff, you know what I mean, when you get them new. So I thought, oh yeah, of course that's it, yeah. So, because I'm wearing the shoe, and the shoe is hurting me, so yeah, that's that. I went to the doctors, and I was explaining what I do, and then I explained to him about the braking kind of thing, the hobby. I have this hobby I do, and It's called sim racing, and you have these pedals, and the pedals are very, very hard. At the time, I wasn't sitting in a very ergonomic position as well. I was much more upright, and the pedals were much more higher than they are now. So it was a very, they were much more lower than they are. Very funky position. I explained to him straight away. He's like, okay, well, if you're pressing really, really hard and then releasing really quick and then pressing really hard and releasing, you're not doing gradual motions at all. And he says, even with your right foot, you want to be careful, because I kind of showed him what I was doing with my feet. He says, the way you're kind of quickly pulling your right foot, you want to be very, very careful about that. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. So I took his advice. I gave the sim racing a break. I was very careful wearing the shoes just because they were sore. And lo and behold, I got better. No way. So this comes into like the tip part of it. I just wanted to explain how this damage almost happened, because if that tendon would have tore, holy God, the pain you would be in from rupturing that tendon. That tendon is a very important tendon. It goes up your whole leg as well. That's my arm, but you know what I mean. Goes up your whole leg. What I was getting were these tiny little tears. It's made up of so many fibers, I think. So it's just these kind of superficial tears. The actual tendon is fine, but these little superficial tears on the outside can be quite sore. So what I did was I lowered down the brake pedal, and it made it so much better. It's easier to trail brake. The only reason I'm thinking of making this video is because, what's this in my hand? An Allen key. I'm at the pedals again. I'm trying to replace. Here is the blue and red spring culprits. They are the problematic ones. And yeah, sorry, I was just checking OBS there, make sure I'm still recording. I've changed them out for something lighter, and it's going to take a while to get used to. But my lesson there is, if you're feeling any injuries coming from more high-end gear that can give much more higher resistance, don't wait, just get rid of it. You're doing something wrong. It's not worth getting speed, or even thinking you're getting speed is not worth giving yourself an injury. Not at all. Not at all. I was prepared to do it. It's not worth it. There's no way it's worth it at all. So just not to go into it. Be very careful about the pressure you have with your brake pedal, and also your right foot. Make sure you're in a very ergonomic position. And being in an ergonomic position means a position that's good for your body to be in. So be careful when you lift off the throttle that you're not straining your Achilles tendon, or, you know, people have bad knees, people have bad backs, bad everything. For me, the Achilles tendon is the weak link in the chain that seems to want to blow, just blow. So I guess this video is more of just like a rant, just talking about how I almost blew my Achilles tendon, and would have absolutely disabled my ankle from being any use to me or anyone else for quite a long time if I wouldn't have respected what I felt and then made the proper adjustments. It's very important to listen to your body, especially with the sim racing, because you can get these stresses. There are some people that say in your wrists, you know, because we can do some pretty fast corrections, and the wrists do move quite a lot. So you have to be careful about how you're flexing and stretching before races and stuff. Obviously opening up your wrists before you start anything is a great idea, but yeah, don't make the mistake I did. Make sure you look after your pedals, look after your ankle, look after anything that could fail you. Because you can get new pedals, you can find more time. You can't if those Achilles tendons go. You're fucked. So anyway, that's just a little bit of advice. Learn from my mistakes. I love learning off people's mistakes. This is going to sound terrible. Whenever I see like car crashes and stuff on Reddit, okay, I don't like to watch them. I wish everyone was okay, but I'll watch them. I like to learn from people's mistakes so I don't make those grave mistakes. And the reason I mention car crashes is because those ones usually cost the people in the video quite a lot. So it'd be very disrespectful not to learn from their mistakes, hence why I had a mistake that almost cost me an awful lot. I'm going to let you know now. Do not risk your health for what you think is better performance, because it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. If you have any instances where you think you may have injured yourself sim racing, let me know down below. I've heard of people getting carpal tunnel. I don't even know what that is, so I guess I'm lucky enough I've never had it. I don't know what it is, so I'll wait until the day it hits me, and then I'll look into it. I don't generally look into things that I don't know about. I don't want to know about. Yeah, don't want to know about. But yeah, let me know down below, and hopefully this helps you. If this helps just one person, that's a mega win for me. If one person's driving along and they're feeling, my ankle feels cold and wet and a little bit sore, you're about to feckin' blow it. Now you know. Thanks very much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell, all those nice things, and yeah, happy hunting, guys.